Very good morning. Welcome to Sunrise on Sky News. It is 9 o'clock on Saturday, the 25th of March.
911 days after 9/11, explosions ripped through the Spanish capital, killing more than 190 people. Let's just bring you some breaking news reaching us from the Reuters news agency. We understand that a blast has destroyed a vehicle near the US Embassy office in Basra. The only details we're getting so far are coming from witnesses at the scene that say 2 are dead. Iyad Alawi sprung a surprise visit on Najaf today. He's pretty convinced that the trouble there is being caused by common criminals, but the US military continue to tell us that they are hitting Shia militiamen targets. What do you believe is the situation there?
Well, Iyad Alawi actually, it was a smart move to go to Najaf.
Let's get more now on that suicide bomb attack in the Israeli town of Beersheba. It happened a few hours ago now at a bus station there. Sky's Emma Hurd joins me. What does it say about the situation in the region, Emma? Because this is the first attack of its type since the Israelis started moving settlers out of the Gaza area.
Yes, despite all the talk of a new beginning for the peace process after that Gaza withdrawal, this attack shows just how fragile the situation is.
They all wanted to get their hands on one of these. Let's run through all the winners of last night. And it was a bit of a shock, actually, the first one, the independent low-budget film Crash, which seemed to come out of nowhere. Scoop Cinema's top prize, winning Best Film ahead of the much-favoured Brokeback Mountain. Let's just bring you some breaking city news this morning reaching us. Gas's giant BOC have today agreed to be taken over by German industrial conglomerate Linde for £8.2 billion. There's been a lot of speculation since January surrounding a takeover. The initial offer in was £15 a share. It's believed now that was up to around £16 a share, which has given the green light for this to go ahead. We'll keep updated with that developing story, of course, throughout this morning here on Sunrise. A major rescue operation is underway in Glasgow after an explosion in a factory killed 4 people. Rescuers are trying to get to several people still trapped beneath the rubble. We're live now to Glasgow and to Sky's James Matthews. James, there seems to be encouraging signs for the rescue teams working through the night.
Yeah, I can tell you that hopes have been lifted in the past half hour.
It's England against Australia here at Trent Bridge. We're into day 2, which gets underway in about an hour's time. And what England have to achieve here is to hold on to a good start to their first innings. They've got some key batsmen still that they have to rely on to get a good enough total to worry Australia. Well, have they done enough on day 1? Joining me now is the former England captain, Mike Gatting. Mike, would you say honours even at this stage?
Yes, unfortunately they are. We were in a very, very strong position whilst Michael Vaughan was out there, but the wicket of Michael Vaughan has really swung the balance.
The video of Margaret Hassan's terrible anguish is now being shown around the world, and nowhere is her pain felt more keenly than in Baghdad. This city is Margaret Hassan's home, and people here want her return to her family. The aerial attack on Fallujah continued overnight, lighting up the sky as US Marines continued the hunt for extremists. The US and Iraqi forces are pushing even further into the centre of the city, the assault from the air preparing the way. Whether you're a lottery winner or just simply a dreamer like me, this has to be the ultimate boat at the show. It costs £5 million. Come on, let's see what you get for your money. There is just so much room on board. There's space for 8 guests, 6 crew, and you'll need it when you see the size of it. Look at this for a living room, dining room area where you can entertain your guests. It's got a bar as well, which is very important, of course. Now, if you put your order in today, they'll build it in pool for you, and you can pick it up in 6 months' time. The kind of instruction you can give on a skid pan like this, could that actually save lives?
Yes, the methods of training we use based on the roadcraft are very similar to what you'd envision on the road. We move the course, bring the vehicle back under control. All those systems have been put into place here.
Thankfully, Emma's getting the best tuition and we're pretty safe.
This is the difficult bit, all right?
Well, I better watch then.
Yeah, this is the difficult bit. What you need to do is then cut the sponge in half.
Right, okay. So this is the point where I've bought 2 flounders.
Exactly. And it ends up being about this thick, enough to feed 6.
Hello and welcome to Scale Rail, where over the next few weeks we'll get an insight into one of Britain's favourite hobbies, model railways. Today we're in Leatherhead to speak to some of the thousands of people who have made this their pastime. And with another 10,000 square feet available, it seems Kimmel have yet another excellent asset, with one eye on the future.
There's plenty more coming up in just a moment on Sky News today, including all the action, reaction and fashion from the Oscars.
Also, it's a very tough day ahead for Tessa Giles. She's expected to make her Commons appearance at 2:30 this afternoon. We'll be covering that for you here on Sky News. In the meantime, let's get a weather update for you with Lucy.